What's up everyone, Master Fox here. With the ban list season ripening way past where it should be, I thought I'd do a video about cards that need to come off the ban list desperately. As of now, there's plenty of cards that are simply sitting on the ban list rotting away because of Konami's incompetence at clearing off irrelevant cards. I mean, take a look at how long it took them to clear off cards like Tsukuyomi, Magician of Faith, Goyo Guardian, and I could go on and on. But even with those cleared, there are still tons of other cards cluttering the ban list, and these are just the top 10 of the cards that should come off the ban list. Number 10. Elemental Hero Stratos. Everyone's favorite hero. I really don't understand why this card is still forbidden in the TCG, with decks like Nekroz and Qliphorts running around. It's not like we even have Infinity available to spam in hero either. This card is great, and is arguably the best singular hero there is, but it's not that great. It might even be second best now due to Dark Law and Shadow Mist being a thing, but TCG Hero, even with Stratos, would not be better than current Nekroz or Qliphs for that matter, so there's no reason to keep this card banned. Number 9. Chaos Emperor Dragon. This card recently got an errata in the OCG, making its effect still powerful, but more of a last resort nuke than a free field wipe followed by an OTK whenever you desire. As a result of its errata, this card could easily return at 1 whenever the TCG decides to make the errata official. I see no real reason to delay this other than Konami waiting to reprint it in some set that they really want to sell. Number 8. Time Seal. People always seem to overestimate the power of this card. This card can be godly when you are ahead of your opponent, but it can also be the worst top deck ever. I don't see very many decks honestly wanting to run this card at 1. There was a troll loop with it and Mask of Darkness as well as Tsukuyomi long ago in the times of the GOAT format, but that was over a decade ago. This card is in essence a drop-off or a drastic drop-off, but it is a little bit better because it locks the card in the deck without dropping it into the graveyard. But still, there is no reason this card cannot go to 1. No meta deck will bother wasting deck space for this card. Number 7. Super Rejuvenation. The remnant hits from the Dragon Ruler era should all really start becoming reverted again. With the Dragon Rulers banned, there's not really too much danger with reverting most of these hits, and one of them is Super Rejuvenation. Super Rejuvenation literally did nothing relevant before Dragon Rulers were created. It was only really used in a deck called Deep Draw Dragon Exodia, which was kind of a YOLO turbo deck at best. This card can easily come back to 1 with no impact at all in the entire game. It could likely safely come back to 3 as well, despite most people probably being against that idea. It honestly just doesn't do much with the Dragon Rulers being banned. Number 6. Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. There's probably going to be a heated debate about the return of the original Trishula, but my logic on this is simple. Nekroz of Trishula is searchable and easier to summon than this thing. Even though the original Trishula has a slightly better effect, it is much more difficult to summon. Honestly, in this current metagame, no relevant meta deck could summon Trishula anyways. I see no real obstacle currently to this card returning. At 1, it's not like you could loop a bunch of Trishulas anyways, like in the olden days. Well, you could probably loop Trishula even with it at 1. As creative Yu-Gi-Oh players have shown us, you can do anything you set your mind to with these loop engines. But in terms of the metagame and the impact of the game at large, Trishula is essentially a moot point. Number 5. Sangan. This card has honestly been power creeped quite hard. Most archetypes now that are relevant to the game have their own searcher that is tons better than Sangan. The only deck that I could see running this thing is Burning Abyss, and even then that's just a maybe. Sangan clashes with the deck, and pulling a Sangan off a tour guide is honestly a waste when you could pull a graph, which is infinitely better anyways, since you could use the tour guide and the graph to make a Dante, detach the graph, and then cycle into a Skarm, and then eventually the Skarm can net you a search anyways, which is a much better play than going tour guide into Sangan and sitting on that. Number 4. Windup Carrier Zenmaity. Windups aren't going to be doing anything with this card at 1. No Hunter loop, I assure you. OCG windups are essentially at full power with Shockmaster, I remind you, and the deck is literally useless. They have not had any showing since around probably the end of 2013. Their rank 4 spam time has basically come to an end. Magician plus Shark is laughable compared to the combo that is Stick plus Chair. Number 3. Thousand Eyes Restrict. There's literally no single broken interaction with this card at all. I'm sure someone out there right now is probably thinking, oh, instant fusion, Master Fox. No. Just no. Instant Fusion for Thousand Eyes Restrict gives you a single targeted non-destruction removal for the cost of 1000 life points. Honestly, that's pretty fair to me when cards like Castel and 101 are running around, which you can get for free, I remind you. Number 2. Tribe Infecting Virus. Don't even say Mermails. Mermails aren't going to run this garbage when there are 3 better cards available. Let me list them. Dark Hole, and Raigeki. Tribe Infecting Virus can easily come back to 3 with little to zero impact on the metagame. This card still being on the list is the biggest joke I've ever seen. Before we go into our number 1 spot, we have a couple of honorable mentions. We have Morphing Jar and Morphing Jar number 2. Both of these cards were hit due to their interactions in the Jackpot OTK, and this was a preemptive hit by Konami. The Jackpot OTK was not allowed to exist at all, as these cards were hit before the release of Jackpot 7. Honestly, even if both of these cards came back to 1 right today, the Jackpot OTK is not going to be winning any YCS in the near future. I assure you of that. And now for our number 1 spot. Number 1. Dark Magician of Chaos. Honestly, in my opinion, this card could have come back easily without an errata at all, but the OCG folk have decided to errata this card. After the errata, literally no relevant deck will run this card at all. The only deck that is somewhat relevant that could even think about using this card is Prophecy, and even then, there's no need at all. They have 2 bosses that are already far better than Dark Magician of Chaos, and to add to it, the erratas in the OCG have basically destroyed Dark Magician of Chaos, nerfing it into Shape Snatch tier. This card could go to 3 and no one would care. Please, Konami. So there you have it. These are the top 10 cards that should be unbanned in the upcoming ban list. Do you agree with my choices? Did I miss anything that should have been in the top 10? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And that is it for this video. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.